Hi, welcome to Moxon's Beach Club, Jamaica. My name is Joanne McDonald. I'm the owner, builder, proprietor, responsible for everything, good and bad. Moxon's Beach Club is a boutique hotel, 25 rooms. We have a restaurant on property, which is what I originally bought. Moxon's restaurant was established in the 70s. It was very famous when Beaches Hotel was the Playboy Club in those days. So you got all the politicians, even Trudeau as a child from Montreal came here with his parents. So when I bought it from Mrs. Tortella, who was Siaga's sister. And it was a completely abandoned, basically, property. I bought the restaurant and I bought the house next door, joined it together, got a 100-man crew, and we built a hotel. It's been 14 years since I'm in Jamaica. No regrets. Challenging, but fun. The people are wonderful. The guests are great. They come back. So I really can't complain. I have nothing to complain about. We're blessed here. We're in the middle of a 1-mile reef, so we're always safe. The hurricanes, they hit at the reef, not on us. So there's always some boats going by, fishermen stopping by. It's pleasant because we're in the soft waters where you can go swimming in the reef off our two piers. We have two jetties, if you call them jetties. I'm French, excuse my English sometimes. So people go snorkeling, they spend time on a private beach. We're very secure. The town is our neighbor. They built the property, so we're one big family. When I first came to Jamaica, I had never been here before. I looked at this property, decided to buy it, sold everything in South Beach and came down here. The first couple nights were so noisy, boom, 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 and I went, oh my God, what have I done? And then I realized that this was more of a red light district, nighttime town. So what do? I figured I'll hire them all, I'll hire all the men, and all of a sudden it got quiet at night because these men were tired from hard work. There's very little work for people, so we try to give as many people as we can jobs, little jobs here and there. We can't judge people for sitting around. There's nothing. It's not like in America or Canada we can just decide to get on a plane and we leave. You can't leave this country unless you get a visa or unless somebody sponsors you. And there's red tape, and it's not an easy task. We're in modern days, but old ways still run the country. Having hired most of the town to build the hotel, we slowly developed a very tranquil little city. And guests arrive here stressed out, coming in going, what am I going to do here? Where's the party? Where's this? And within 24 hours, sitting on their balconies, listening to the waves coming in, and they understand, that's why you come to Moxon. It's to chill out, to enjoy the waves, the sounds, just to relax, to be served, to be treated like a special part of our family. Mm-hmm. And many of our guests come back year after year because they want the same room, because not two rooms are the same, and they feel like it's their home. Up north in Canada, we always go to a country to go skiing or to go fishing. Here in Jamaica, they come from Kingston, they come to Moxon's, they go to the north coast to go cool off, sit by a pool, jump in the sea, or just listen to the sea on their balconies and relax. When you come to Moxon's, you have an experience of the island, whereas when you go to all-inclusive hotels, you don't leave the hotels, or if you do, you go on these big buses and it's all controlled. Here you can walk out our gate safely, walk to the next cook shop. People protect you. They protect Moxon's because they appreciate what we've created here. We all gain by protecting our guests and making our guests feel comfortable. So they go up and down the street and people are going, hey man, what's up? How is it going? And they come here really to, I remember the first time I realized I sleep 52 pillow heads, that's what they call them, pillow heads in our rooms. And we were full. for Easter one weekend. And I had to go buy some more beer in town. And when I came back, I couldn't find a place to park. The place was packed. And they come downstairs to the bar, and there's nobody here. And I'm going, where is everybody? Well, they're all chilling in their rooms, on their patios, on their balconies. You never get that crowded feeling. You never get that. You feel like you're alone. And even though there's full of people, you're not elbowed. You're not worried about saving your chair by the pool. You're not worried. You get single service, private service, room service, butler service. Originally, this property was a restaurant. It was a well-known restaurant. And we had the chef with us for all the time, from those days on to just a couple years ago when he passed away. So at this point, we've been taking care of most of our hotel guests with the restaurant. And we open at lunchtime to the public, but no longer dinner time. It gives more privacy to our guests. And the food is Jamaican. We have some American throw-in, like panini sandwiches and club sandwiches, whatever you need. But people like the Jamaican flair, the Jamaican breakfast. Our prices are reasonable. I mean, you can get something to eat from $5 to $12, so it's not... We don't charge the big rate, and we don't charge... we have a room rate. It's double occupancy. You bring an extra person, you have to pay an extra $30, but mostly we just give a double rate, and our guests are happy with that. And we usually always have some kind of promotion. So you can eat in our restaurant, or you can order takeout from one of those cook shops I told you about earlier. And they come, they deliver, and for $3, $4 you have a very nice breakfast, and they're happy. And it gives you an idea of what the locals are like. You need to feel the local community. I encourage people to go out, take a walk, and go have breakfast in the neighborhood. It's not about making it $1 for me. It's about people coming, understanding that Jamaica is not a place to fear. You know, I don't walk in fear. I find that fear interferes. Well, recently, Ian Fleming Airport just opened. It's for smaller planes, but it really makes things a lot easier. The airport was rebuilt about 4 or 5 years ago and just opened last week. Originally, that airport was used mostly by Golden Eye VIPs, where movie stars and all that crowd goes over there, and we get the pilots from these fancy, fancy planes. So we're situated not far, walking distance from Beaches Hotel, where they have children. We don't have children here. We are an adult community in the hotel. So there's Beaches Hotel, and we're about 15-minute ride from Ocho Rios. Easy taxi, just hail a taxi down, red plate. Remember, it must be a red plate. And for $1, you go into Ocho Rios like you would a bus in America. And then come back to the quiet, peaceful, where you can leave your doors open in your room at night and know you're safe. So the James Bond movies were all filmed, well, started off here with Dr. No. Timothy Moxon was Dr. Strangefellow in the first Dr. No movie. So this whole area is all James Bond Beach. Everything, shops, houses, everything is related to some kind of name that deals back with the days of the big stars that came and dined here. Kissinger, all these people from the old days. So in the days where they were shooting the James Bond movie, the original James Bond movie, a lot of people came to hang out at what was then the Playboy. In the 70s, the Playboy clubs and Playboy bunnies was a big deal. And in those days, they didn't have drinking and driving rules, and people would drive to Moxon's, get plastered, just plastered, and then end up driving all the way back to Port Antonio. This entire North Coast was very, I would say, was developed mostly on history of fantasy, the fantasy of the James Bond movies. And they're doing another James Bond movie now, and the crew was just here just a couple months ago for a week while they were filming. So it's nice that the history continues. We're a small part of the island, but we're a very well-known part of the island. There's a lot of wealth on this side, even though it's the poorest parish. So when you have a poorest parish, it's the last place to invest in. So we're getting a lot of investors. And it's starting to develop and grow. And I have no regrets for coming here. I love it. I love getting up every morning. I get up at 4 in the morning. I watch that sunrise, and I am so grateful for where I am. You can drive around this parish, and you still see people washing their clothes in the rivers on rocks. And you see the history and the pride. There's a lot of pride in the people. They may have a little yard, but that yard is clean and spotless because they sweep. I remember the first time I came here, what I noticed the most was how everybody had a broom in their hands. I have to say that broom has been replaced by cell phone, but it doesn't change the pride and the beauty of seeing the old buildings still made out of wood and zinc, but nicely painted, and you feel the country here. We're in the country. We're on the coast, but we're in the country, and we still have them. It's still not all converted to modern brick block yet. We haven't sold out yet to the big, fancy, modern properties. There's a charm. So when you come to Moxon's and you go out for little drives here and there, wherever you want to go, you just take a taxi and just pop up to the next little town in Orcabessa and just walk around, and you see fishing town, village. You see the raw nature. And when you leave here, you've been safe, knowing that people are watching out for you. You leave here knowing that you know the country and you really understand the country. There's this fear that you get from some of the tourists that go to the big hotels because they're fed with the fear. So it's more profitable to just keep them in the hotel and not share the little money that people bring to the island that people can appreciate. So sometimes people say, oh, they're so aggressive. Well, they got babies to feed, and most of the tourists are locked up in the big hotels, so they're not trying to hurt you. They're just trying to say, please look at my goods. I have something to sell you. And when you interact with them, you find out that they're really beautiful people with a wonderful smile. And that's what you're going to remember when you go home, is when you show this purchase, you're not going to say, I bought it in the store with a credit card. You're going to say, I bought it from that cook shop down the road and his sister made it, or, you know, you still get the local flair. You do, what's a typical day at Moxon's? You get up, you come down, you have breakfast, or you have a coffee in your room, and then you come strolling down. Either you go to the gym, but you don't really need the gym because we have steps down to the beach. So you step down, jump in the pool for a few, and then continue down to the beach where we have a couple kayaks. We are in a reef, so it's safe within the reef. We have a lifeguard who'll take care of you, make sure you don't end up in Ocherias with the kayaks. People bring their own snorkeling gear, but people spend all day down there. They don't realize the wind keeps you cool. So if you stay in your room, it's hot and you've got air conditioning, go down to the beach. And you're going to enjoy it. It's not a big walking beach, but there's 2 jetties where you can just jump off. It's not deep. It's up to here on me, so it might be up to there on you. I don't know. I'm a little guy.
My baby tell me that he's leaving today. Same can't take the stress. My baby
The clear areas you see in the water is sand, and then the other areas that you see that have a dark color to is coral, and that's where the little fish are, the little blue striped and yellow striped fish. People come here, they bring their gear, they go snorkeling, they come in from Kingston for the day. We have day pass, so people enjoy coming here, and they know that it's a safe beach, whereas a lot of the other beaches are not reefs, they're beaches, so you can't just so easily go out snorkeling. We do small weddings. I like to do weddings between 20 and 40 people. When we can, and we have in the past done 120 people, but we prefer to do the smaller place. We are a smaller property, and we like to do everything small. We don't like to try to be big. We're not big. We're small. We're cozy. We're quaint. We're friendly, and we're service-minded. To get to Moxon's, we're on the website. We have our own website, moxonsbeachclub.com. You can call us, 876-975-7023. I want to say what's up to all our old patrons, our future patrons, all our friends in America, and of course my home Canada, Montreal. Hey, what's up?
My baby tell me that he's leaving today. Same can't take the stress. My baby told me that he's going somewhere. Same bound for find the best. I tell him